MMA Meltdown from Las Vegas, Nevada continues. I'm Morency sitting alongside the one and only Frank Trigg. All right, let's get down to business, Frank. We got the UFC on Fox. And you know what? I think this is a major card. And, you know, this is a major situation with major implications. That's the word I was looking for. Major implications for the UFC. The numbers haven't been great on Fox. The Ultimate Fighter has been tanking it. Past Fox cards really haven't done all that well. You know, Fox doesn't, you know, Fox have a lot of, they have a lot of channels. And yeah, they need programming, but they didn't need to spend $100 million to get a 5-year-old UFC fight on tape to fill some programming. They've really gotten a bang for their buck. And you can, it's pretty much clear what's going on right now with Chael Sonnen and John Jones on the Ultimate Fighter. And now it's pretty much clear with how they stacked the main, you know, portion of this card. And I think if the numbers are bad here, then they got a little bit of a problem. Pay-per-view sales are down. And I'm not saying it's end of the world type of stuff here, but they have promoted this. You know, you can't watch a football game on Fox without seeing a promo for this. You can't watch The Simpsons without being, you know, seeing a commercial for this. They've had The Road, the countdown shows. They promoted the hell out of this. I'm interested to see what the television numbers are. They don't have any college football they're going against. So, you know, they kind of have center stage. They got, you know, there's no NHL, got NBA. I'm interested to see what the numbers are. What do you think about the TV situation?
Well, you know, look at the controversy going on with Dana White right now. He dressed as a homeless person on Fox NFL Sunday and got blasted on Twitter. One guy hit him up on Twitter and was like, "That's kind of disrespectful for people that don't have homes." But let's be honest. If you don't have a home, why are you watching TV? So they're not offended anyway. They didn't see it. Look, I'm just as sensitive as anybody else not having a home, but that segment was funny. And you're an idiot if you're picking on Dana White for making a funny segment on Fox NFL Sunday. That was a great segment. It was funny as all hell.
Well, and anything too offensive, Fox NFL Sunday is going to put on in the first place.
It's not. Yeah, there's no way. The censors would have dropped it. It would have. I mean, it was just dumb. Like, America needs to lighten up. But it was a great promo. And because of that controversy, it's getting more promo. Because I forgot, to be honest with you, I knew the fight was coming up on Saturday, but I forgot it was on Fox. I forgot it was on Fox. Because I'm watching so many fights, whether it's on MTV2 or Spike or FX or Fuel. I'm going crazy trying to figure out what these fights are. I'm like, I just got to find somebody's house to go to and watch it because I'm thinking it's the UFC, so it's back.
Oh, you can stay home and watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the house. So it's fine. For me, it's perfect. This thing is really going to be a telltale sign. They're not going up against anything but NBA basketball, which is not doing very well ratings-wise. The last pay-per-view for the UFC did around 700,000, 650,000 buys. So far below the $1 million buy rate they have been at.
And that was with George St. Pierre.
And that was with the comeback of GSP at 154. In Montreal, which should have been sold out everywhere, but still North America, that's everyone in Canada that couldn't make it to Montreal, including everyone in the USA that couldn't make it to Montreal was watching this card. And it still was around 650 to 700,000 views. That's the problem. That's an issue. It's now expanding into the fight this next weekend. I think with the Diaz brothers and Benson Henderson, or Nate Diaz and Benson Henderson getting ready to fight, that the promo value that is coming in Fox, it's going to show because you have the two dichotomies, and this is perfect, the two bipolar opposites. That with GSP, he doesn't talk very much. His camp talks, and that's a problem. With Benson Henderson, he speaks for himself, and we all know the Diaz brothers speak for themselves. This fight is actually a little bit more interesting because both guys are saying what they mean, and they're saying it with their own voice pieces. It's not my trainer, it's not my psychologist, it's not my athletic, my boxing coach, it's not my wrestling coach. It's me saying these things. And that's a big difference to the fans, especially in North America when it comes down to, I want to know what Gabe says about Trigg. I want to know what Gabe says about him. I don't want to know what Gabe's buddy says. I don't want to know what Chad says about Trigg that Gabe said he told him. I want to know direct from the source, and that's what we're getting. I think this will be a highly watched fight, simply because of, let's break it down. Benson is great, athletic, incredible, and the women love looking at him. That's the opposite end of the Diaz brothers are crass in your face. They're no punks. They're 209. They're Northern California. They hate everybody.
It's the good guy versus, it really is good guy versus bad guy, wrong side of the tracks.
It doesn't get any better.
You don't mind if your daughter dates Ben Henderson, but you don't want Diaz anywhere near your house.
You give your daughter to Benson Henderson, and you go to the house to take her away from Diaz.
Yeah,
that's
what they're setting up here. All right, as far as the fight is concerned, I said it before and I said it again. I flip-flopped on this one more than Mitt Romney had during his campaign. And when that's the case, I probably should have put big money on it. You can make strong arguments for both fighters. You know, Benson Henderson's been in battles. We've seen him go, 5 rounds before. He's like the, I used to have the Stretch Armstrong when I was a kid. That's Ben Henderson. You can twist his arm. It's like he's what is it, ambidextrous there? Where you can twist. You know, he's like the Exorcist. I think you could twist Henderson's head around.
Ambidextrous is both sides.
Yeah.
That's ambidextrous. I can use my left hand, my right hand.
All right. So what's the
hyper flexible?
What's the what's
yeah, it's like hyper flexible.
It's amber something, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Come on, man.
I know.
We didn't all go to Oklahoma like you.
I went too, but didn't go. Oh, I mean, I went. I was there. I signed up for classes and stuff.
Are you like Eldon Campbell, the
I
Laker
wish.
player? Yeah. They said, "Hey, Eldon, did you earn your degree at Clemson?" He said, "Nah, but they gave it to me anyways."
Yep, pretty much. No, OU made you go to class. Like, I definitely went.
All right.
No, the reason why I know ambidextrous because my
ambidex, whatever the word.
Who cares?
For.
Anyways,
you
hyper flexible.
Yeah, he's damn flexible.
Yeah.
All right. But Diaz has got the great ground game, especially from his back. He's got the long limbs and stuff, which is an advantage for the subs. And he's just so damn resilient. Nate Diaz holds the UFC record for most punches thrown in the octagon, which beat his brother's Nick against BJ Penn.
Yeah.
So these guys, he's bored his brothers, all out assault attack. Who do you like in this fight?
Didn't Nate also break the record for most punches landed as well as most punches thrown in the same fight? So it's not only just like I throw 1,000 punches and 3 got through.
No, it's like 780 punches, and I think he landed like 490 of them.
Yeah, it's like 500, something ridiculous gets through. That's a lot of punches getting hit.
You're getting hit 490 times in 15 minutes?
I don't care if it's a paper cut. Honestly, I don't care if it's a paper cut. You get 500 paper cuts in 15 minutes.
Because he sort of stands there, and it doesn't look like a lot. But one thing with Diaz, he's gotten stronger. He's not that skinny, just dude that's, I'm going to fight you. He's actually getting some muscle now.
He put some girth on him, put some weight on him, spent some time in the training room, lifting some serious weights and getting that kind of power that he has to have. The biggest problem that's happening now is that, are you sure that this weight is going to be, the strength is going to be a difference against Benson Henderson, who's extremely strong and looks the part when he comes in. He's shredded, he's ripped, he looks real muscular, looks real small. He's fast as all hell, he's got long limbs. But the hyper flexibility that Benson has won't really help him with the style that Diaz uses for a submission game, especially when it comes to chokes. You can be as flexible as you want, but if you're getting triangle choked, rear naked choked, front choke, any kind of choke, hyper flexibility is not going to help you, no matter what happens. You can keep rotating your arm inside that triangle choke, but you're still caught in a triangle choke. You can get blacked out. I think for this one, Diaz brothers are looking for more. Nate's going to look for a lot more triangle chokes, choke system, because it's going to counteract anything that Benson has as far as when it comes to his flexibility. But on the other hand, you have to remember that no matter, Diaz is not going to chase you. He's going to stay in the pocket, he's going to throw punches and make you run into his face. Benson's very smart. He's going to kick you from a longer range. We're going to see a lot longer range in this fight, a deeper kicking range we're going to see from Benson, so Diaz doesn't have to fight on the outside a lot more than he's used to. He's used to fighting in that middle range, where he's kind of right here popping spaces. He's not going to be inside at all because Benson wants to stay away from him, but he's going to have to punch all on the outside and make anything happen. It's going to be very difficult for this one because that's a long range to catch a guy like Benson who, a little bit of a head fake, he's out of the way. If I remember correctly, both these guys are the same length in arm reach.
Yeah.
But Benson's a taller guy. So if guys have the same reach, but one guy is taller, it actually gives him a longer reach because when he rotates his shoulders, he's got that longer space to rotate.
And even though Diaz is stronger, Benson's still going to be the stronger guy in there.
Absolutely. I think so. I do think so. And I flip-flop on this one as well. I love the Diaz brothers. I know we gave Nick a little bit of trash for his record and Nate. I love these guys as far as the tenacity and how they fight and when they bring it every single time. In this particular fight, I'm having a real hard time picking somebody. But as of right now, at the time of this taping, I'm leaning towards Diaz simply because he's going to outpunch him in volume. And I don't care who you are. You can throw 15 punches back, but you've been hit 18 times. It's not going to be good. And that's, I think, what's going to happen really in this fight.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm with Diaz as well. Plus 135. Benson Henderson's about minus 155. People are betting Diaz. And we'll get Joey's take on this. A little bit later on in the program where the late money is coming in. All right, so we've got Gustafsson and Shogun. Shogun to me, legend, all respect in the world, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Love the guy, but he hasn't looked the same since that Dan Henderson fight.
Yeah.
And I've talked about his tendency to, he doesn't really seem to put a lot of effort into the game plan, Frank, anymore. His game plan is, I'm going to stand and trade with you. He seems to be willing to engage, and he almost fights down or up to the level of competition almost, and he's willing to engage. I think that's going to be a problem with a guy like the big Swede, man, who can give the old Anderson Silva kick to the face. He's going to have the reach. He's going to be fighting from the outside, and that's going to frustrate Shogun, I believe, because Shogun just wants to stand in front of you and trade.
Yeah, he hasn't changed his game plan since back in his Pride days. He really hasn't done anything differently. He wants to stand there and beat you up, stay in the pocket, and just make it a slugfest and see who falls down first. Gustafsson can do the exact same thing, but he's going to do it from 4 more inches, 5 more inches further away. So that's a problem when you can't hit a guy.
And it's faster.
A lot faster,
You know,
like significantly faster. We're talking about the difference between a prop plane and a jet plane. It's completely different.
Like, I know.
And so it's going to be an issue where Shogun's going to keep charging in, but the problem is you can't put Shogun down. You can't knock him down. Gustafsson doesn't have the power or the ability to drop Shogun. He just doesn't. The only way he's going to be able to beat him is to wear him down.
So you would be overly impressed if somehow he's able to stop Shogun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you're like, give this guy a shot then after.
Yeah, even the same way that Forrest Griffin stopped Shogun, I'd be overly impressed. I thought Forrest was going to win that fight. No way I thought I was going to be able to stop him. Ends up Renee can choke him because Forrest just kept the pressure on, kept coming after him. Pretty even to that point. Finally takes his back because Shogun is tired, chokes him out. Of course, it was right after Shogun's knee injury. But really, he really hasn't shown his old Pride days, kind of that elevation that he comes into. And like you said, Gabe, he never changed his game plan. Everyone knows exactly what's going to do. He's not going to develop. He's not doing anything differently. He's not doing anything more. It's the exact same Shogun we're always going to see. I'm thinking Gustafsson in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I think the youth, the size, the speed, the aggression, the amount of battles that the Shogun has been in. And this is where I'm going with this. I got a parlay. It's basically an even money parlay with the Swedish Monster and Rory McDonald. Should I be concerned? We saw BJ Penn caught Matt Hughes. That's the one I'm looking at this. Yeah, he's got to catch him. You know, can he catch him? And, you know, the size difference as well. I mean,
here's the deal. I interviewed BJ. I talked to him for 15 minutes before we started the interview. I had like a 10-minute interview with him and talked for a half hour after. Like BJ and I just we can't get off the phone with each other once we finally get on the phone with each other. It takes a while to make it happen. We make it happen. We can't get off. BJ is reinvigorated. He stopped moving his training camps because he realized that for his 4-year-old daughter, a year of it he spent on the road, traveling for training camps. He doesn't want to do that anymore. So he made everyone come in. Askren, Jay Haran, a bunch of other guys, all got flown in. Got all flown in specifically to go train with BJ and get ready for this fight. I don't think that he has to catch Rory. I think he can actually beat Rory because he even said, yeah, we all saw how I got beat by Fitch. I could have won that fight if I just got off my back. But I'm so good on my back, why did I get off my why bother? Why bother? So these great wrestlers come in, take me down, and tell them, you have to hold me down. Now the rumor is, and I couldn't confirm it with BJ, I couldn't confirm it with Jay Haran, who I asked, he was giving you bonuses if you could hold him down for half a round, or time you get money bonuses if you could hold him down. So there is money being involved. Like, hold me down, I'm gonna pay extra money to hold me down. And no one would tell me if that was actually true, just a rumor I heard. And Jay was like, yeah, it didn't make a difference. I couldn't hold him down anyway. Like, it didn't make a difference. When he wanted to get up, he's getting up. What's Rory going to do to him? Rory's not going to be out bunch him because BJ is one of the better boxers out there. We just don't ever think about it, but he's one of the better boxers in the weight class, and you're not going to be able to hold him down now. So if you do take him down, now what? And BJ's the older statesman. He's the bigger brother. So the pressure that everyone else is trying to throw on him, he kind of like, I've been here before.
All the pressure's on Rory McDonald.
Absolutely.
All the pressure's on Rory McDonald.
Absolutely.
So you're picking an upset?
I got BJ in this one, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Frank Trigg's picking an upset. He's got to buy a new suit. He's got to get that big payday.
Don't be jealous.
You got to get that new payday. Well, you don't like my Mexican wedding wear?
I love it. Actually, it looks really nice, eh? Yeah, it looks really, no.
Is it?
I'm not a bowling shirt guy. I'm just not.
It's the Cabana Cruise Line.
That's a good looking cruise. It's a good looking shirt. It's just not my style.
It's a cruise
line. There's a lot of good looking clothes out there that I just don't like because I don't wear them. It's not my style.
All right. So we got to wrap it up, Frank. We're both busy men, so
I got nothing going on.
Within a minute here, last fight, I'll ask you about Mike Swick. Of course, he had his return against DeMarcus Johnson. Yeah. Johnson gave him all he could handle, man. Swick looked like he was in trouble, but then Swick knocked him out. Mm-hmm. And now you get Matt Brown, Matt Brown talk about grinding journeyman type of guy. Matt Brown says he's had a revelation now that he's a father for the first time.
Changed me as a father for the first time. Absolutely changed you.
Fighting for more, maybe. He's training. I don't know. What do you think about this fight?
I still think that Matt Brown's going to run into everything that Swick throws at him. And he's just not. It's the question of, is Swick in shape to be able to stop Matt Brown? Because Matt Brown always comes in better shape than we've seen as of late of Matt Swick, or of Mike Swick. So now you got this question. Is Brown going to be better than Swick cardio-wise? If Brown is better cardio-wise, he'll run into everything that Swick is going to throw at him, and eventually he's going to wear him down by getting hit in the head and putting him down on the ground. If Swick has a little bit better cardio, eventually he's going to catch like he did DeMarcus Johnson at the end. He'll catch him, come across the way, and bang, hit him one time and put him down on the canvas. Because Swick's power in his hands, his foot motion, and his shoulder roll positioning now with his punches has improved vastly from before he was injured. Matt Brown, on the other hand, is so good at knowing how to not take that direct hard punch in the nose, how to slide just a little bit off of the way and get a glancing blow so it looks like he's getting hit a ton, but they're really half punches, and it keeps running into you, and you get exhausted from hitting him so much. That's what happens. And really, right now, I got to lean towards Matt Brown because the last appearance I saw with Swick was not very good against Demarcus Johnson.
All right, well, they stacked this card in Seattle. I know a lot of you guys in Vancouver are actually going to the card, so enjoy yourselves. Stay safe on the roads and the ferries and all that other stuff in between. And for all of our final selections for this, always check out Twitter. You can follow him at Frank Trigg. You can follow me at Sports Rage. We're not done here, though. We'll be back. MMA Meltdown of the Fight Network continues.